Introduction. Welcome to Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. This book is dedicated to all women who are seeking to understand the often mysterious world of men. Whether you're dating in a committed relationship or just trying to navigate the complexities of male-female dynamics, this book offers insights that can empower you with a wide-open look into the minds of men. For over 20 years, I've been making people laugh about themselves, about each other, about family, friends, and certainly about love, sex, and relationships. My humor is rooted in truth and wisdom that comes from living, observing, and learning. My jokes resonate with people because they can relate to them, especially when it comes to the dynamics between men and women. It's astonishing how much people talk about relationships, think about them, read about them, and get into them without a clue on how to move forward. In my journey, I've discovered 3 key truths. 1. Too many women are clueless about men. 2. Men get away with a lot in relationships because women don't understand how they think. 3. I have some valuable information that can change all that. My career took a turn when I transitioned to radio with the Steve Harvey morning show. I created a segment called Ask Steve, where women could call in and ask anything about relationships. Initially, it was all about the comedy, but I soon realized that what my listeners were going through wasn't a laughing matter. They had real, pressing concerns about dating, commitment, security, family, and more. Women called in wanting to know how to get the same love and commitment from men that they were putting into their relationships. They wanted their love to be reciprocated, their romantic lives to be rewarding, and their commitment to be valued and respected. But they often ended up feeling disappointed and disillusioned. This perplexed me because, despite their experiences with men, they still struggled to understand how to get the love they wanted. I decided to get real with my audience and impart wisdom gathered from my own life and conversations with other men. Men, I've found, are very simple and tend to think in similar ways. By understanding this, women can learn to approach relationships with men more effectively, on men's terms, and ultimately get what they want. Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man is a playbook. Just like the New England Patriots allegedly gained an advantage by knowing their opponent's plays, this book aims to give women an inside look at men's playbook. By understanding how men think and what motivates them, women can anticipate their moves and respond effectively. Whether you're dating, in a committed relationship, or trying to regain control and strengthen your bond, this book is for you. It aims to help you understand men better and figure out if they're planning to be with you or just playing with you. By learning to act like a lady and think like a man, you can achieve the relationship success you desire. So, let's get started and dive into the minds of men. What drives men understanding men begins with understanding what drives them. Men and women think very differently, and these differences are crucial when it comes to relationships. Men are driven by 3 key concepts: who they are, what they do, and how much they make. These elements define their worth and identity. From a young age, boys are taught to be providers and protectors. This concept carries through to adulthood and is deeply ingrained in a man's psyche. Men measure their success and self-worth based on their ability to provide for their loved ones. This doesn't just mean financial provision, but also being able to offer security and stability. In today's world, many women are highly successful and financially independent. This can sometimes create tension if a man feels he is not needed or valued in his traditional role as a provider. Understanding this, it's important to recognize and appreciate the ways men contribute beyond financial aspects. Encouraging and supporting your partner's efforts to provide and protect, even in non-traditional ways, can strengthen your relationship. Men are inherently competitive. They are driven by a need to succeed and achieve, whether in their careers, hobbies, or relationships. This drive to win often translates into their interactions with others. When men feel they are winning, whether it's securing a job promotion, mastering a new skill, or successfully pursuing a romantic interest, they feel validated and accomplished. In the digital age, men may find validation through achieving online goals, like completing a challenging video game or gaining a following on social media. Recognizing these achievements and celebrating them, even if they seem trivial to you, can boost your partner's self-esteem and strengthen your bond. Respect is paramount to men. It's a core part of their identity and self-worth. Men seek respect from their peers, colleagues, and especially from their romantic partners. Disrespect can be deeply wounding and can cause significant strain in a relationship. Showing respect can be as simple as acknowledging your partner's opinions, supporting their decisions, and appreciating their efforts. For example, if your partner takes the initiative to plan a date or make a significant decision, showing gratitude and support reinforces their sense of respect and appreciation. What drives men understanding men begins with understanding what drives them. Men and women think very differently, and these differences are crucial when it comes to relationships. Men are driven by three key concepts: who they are, what they do, and how much they make. These elements define their worth and identity. From a young age, boys are taught to be providers and protectors. This concept carries through to adulthood and is deeply ingrained in a man's psyche. Men measure their success and self-worth based on their ability to provide for their loved ones. This doesn't just mean financial provision, but also being able to offer security and stability. In today's world, many women are highly successful and financially independent. This can sometimes create tension if a man feels he is not needed or valued in his traditional role as a provider. Understanding this, it's important to recognize and appreciate the ways men contribute beyond financial aspects. Encouraging and supporting your partner's efforts to provide and protect, even in non-traditional ways, can strengthen your relationship. Men are inherently competitive. They are driven by a need to succeed and achieve, whether in their careers, hobbies, or relationships. This drive to win often translates into their interactions with others. When men feel they are winning, whether it's securing a job promotion, mastering a new skill, or successfully pursuing a romantic interest, they feel validated and accomplished. In the digital age, men may find validation through achieving online goals, like completing a challenging video game or gaining a following on social media. Recognizing these achievements and celebrating them, even if they seem trivial to you, can boost your partner's self-esteem and strengthen your bond. Respect is paramount to men. It's a core part of their identity and self-worth. Men seek respect from their peers, colleagues, and especially from their romantic partners. Disrespect can be deeply wounding and can cause significant strain in a relationship. Showing respect can be as simple as acknowledging your partner's opinions, supporting their decisions, and appreciating their efforts. For example, if your partner takes the initiative to plan a date or make a significant decision, showing gratitude and support reinforces their sense of respect and appreciation. Our love isn't like your love. To truly understand men, it's crucial to grasp that the way men love is different from how women love. Men and women approach love and relationships from different perspectives, which often leads to misunderstandings and unmet expectations. Men love differently because they are wired differently. While women are more emotionally expressive and often verbalize their feelings, men tend to show their love through actions. Men are generally more practical and less likely to express their emotions verbally. Instead, they demonstrate their love by doing things that provide and protect their loved ones. For instance, a man might not say "I love you" as frequently as his partner might like, but he'll show his love by fixing things around the house, handling financial responsibilities, or ensuring his partner's safety. These actions are his way of saying, "I care about you, and I'm here for you." One of the most significant ways men show love is by investing their time and resources. When a man is genuinely in love, he will prioritize his partner and make significant sacrifices to ensure her happiness and well-being. He will commit to spending time with her, support her goals, and invest in their future together. It's essential to recognize and appreciate these gestures of love, even if they don't align with traditional romantic expressions. Understanding that men express love through actions can help women feel more secure and valued in their relationships. Men also express love by providing solutions and solving problems. When a man sees his partner facing a challenge, his instinct is to step in and offer a solution. This problem-solving approach can sometimes be misunderstood as a lack of empathy or emotional support. However, it's essential to understand that, for men, offering solutions is a way of showing love and care. For example, if you're venting about a tough day at work, your partner might immediately suggest ways to fix the situation. While you might just want to be heard and comforted, his response is driven by his desire to help and protect you. Recognizing this can help bridge the gap between different communication styles and foster better understanding. Another critical aspect of understanding men's love is recognizing their need for physical affection. Physical touch is a primary way many men express and receive love. This includes not only sexual intimacy, but also gestures like holding hands, hugging, and cuddling. These acts of physical closeness help men feel connected and valued. Physical affection reassures men of their partner's love and commitment. It's a way of maintaining the emotional bond and reinforcing the relationship. For men, physical touch often translates to emotional closeness and security. Men also need respect and appreciation from their partners. Feeling respected and valued for their contributions strengthens their love and commitment. Men want to know that their efforts are recognized and that they are respected for who they are and what they do. In summary, men's love is often shown through actions, problem-solving, physical affection, and a need for respect and appreciation. Understanding these aspects of men's love can help women feel more connected and secure in their relationships. By recognizing and valuing these expressions of love, you can build a stronger, more fulfilling relationship. The three things every man needs: support, loyalty, and the cookie. In any relationship, men have fundamental needs that, when met, help them feel loved, appreciated, and secure. These needs can be distilled into three main categories: support, loyalty, and intimacy, often humorously referred to as the cookie. Support. Men need to feel supported by their partners. Support can manifest in various ways, such as emotional encouragement, practical assistance, and being a cheerleader for their goals and ambitions. When a man feels supported, he feels more confident and motivated to achieve his dreams and tackle life's challenges. Supportive partners listen actively, offer constructive feedback, and stand by their man during tough times. For example, if your partner is facing a difficult project at work, providing a listening ear and offering words of encouragement can make a significant difference. Showing interest in his goals and celebrating his achievements, no matter how small, reinforces your support. Support also includes being a source of comfort and stability. Life can be stressful, and knowing that his partner is there to provide a safe, loving environment helps a man feel grounded and secure. This emotional backing builds a strong foundation for the relationship. Loyalty. Loyalty is crucial in any relationship. Men need to know that their partner is committed and faithful to them. Loyalty means standing by your partner, being trustworthy, and showing dedication to the relationship. Trust is a cornerstone of loyalty. Men need to feel that they can trust their partners completely. This trust is built over time through consistent actions, honest communication, and reliability. Being loyal also means defending your partner and the relationship, even when it's challenging. For instance, if someone criticizes your partner, standing up for him and defending his character shows loyalty. It's about being his ally and showing that you're committed to the partnership. Loyalty fosters a sense of security and deepens the emotional bond between partners. The cookie, intimacy. Intimacy, often playfully referred to as the cookie, is an essential part of a man's needs in a relationship. Physical intimacy is not just about sex. It encompasses all forms of physical affection, including hugging, kissing, and cuddling. Physical touch is a primary way men express and receive love. Regular physical intimacy helps maintain the emotional connection and reinforces the bond between partners. It's a way of showing love, appreciation, and commitment. For men, physical intimacy often translates to feeling desired and valued, which boosts their self-esteem and overall happiness. Creating an environment where both partners feel comfortable and fulfilled sexually is important. Open communication about each other's needs and desires can enhance intimacy and ensure that both partners are satisfied. This includes discussing what makes each other feel loved and respected physically and emotionally. Physical intimacy also includes small gestures of affection throughout the day. Holding hands, a gentle touch on the back, or a kiss on the cheek can all reinforce the emotional connection and show that you care. Bringing it all together, understanding and meeting these three fundamental needs can transform your relationship. When a man feels supported, loyal, and physically connected, he is more likely to invest deeply in the relationship and reciprocate with love and commitment. To summarize, support. Be his cheerleader, offer encouragement, and provide a stable emotional environment. Loyalty. Build trust through consistent actions, honest communication, and standing by him. Intimacy. Maintain physical closeness and communicate openly about your needs and desires. By focusing on these aspects, you can create a loving, supportive, and fulfilling relationship. Understanding what drives men and meeting their core needs helps in building a strong, lasting bond. 4. We need to talk, and other words that make men run for cover. Communication is essential in any relationship, but certain phrases can send men running for cover. One of the most dreaded phrases for many men is, "We need to talk." These words often trigger a sense of fear and anxiety because they usually precede a serious or confrontational discussion. Understanding why this happens and learning how to navigate these conversations can improve communication and strengthen your relationship. Why we need to talk is intimidating. For many men, hearing, "we need to talk," immediately signals that something is wrong. It's often associated with negative experiences, such as criticism, complaints, or difficult conversations. This phrase can put men on the defensive and make them less receptive to the discussion. Men tend to be problem solvers by nature. When faced with a problem, their instinct is to find a solution. However, when the problem is their behavior or something within the relationship, it can feel overwhelming and personal. The phrase, "we need to talk," often lacks context, making it even more intimidating because men don't know what to expect. How to approach difficult conversations. Instead of using phrases that might put your partner on the defensive, consider more effective ways to start a conversation. Here are some tips. 1. Be specific. Instead of saying, "we need to talk," try being more specific about the topic. For example, "Can we discuss our plans for the weekend?" Or, "I'd like to talk about how we handle household chores." This provides context and reduces anxiety. 2. Choose the right time and place. Timing and setting are crucial. Choose a time when you're both relaxed and not distracted. Avoid starting serious conversations when your partner is stressed or busy. 3. Use I statements. Focus on expressing your feelings and needs rather than criticizing or blaming. For example, say, "I feel overwhelmed when I have to manage all the chores alone," instead of, "You never help around the house." 4. Be positive and constructive. Start with positive comments before addressing concerns. This sets a supportive tone and shows that you appreciate your partner. For instance, "I really appreciate how hard you work, and I'd love if we could find a better balance with household tasks." 5. Listen actively. Ensure that the conversation is a two-way street. Encourage your partner to share their perspective and listen without interrupting. Show that you value their input and are open to finding solutions together. Creating a safe space for communication. Creating an environment where both partners feel safe to express their thoughts and feelings is crucial. Here are some ways to foster open communication. Regular check-ins. Schedule regular times to check in with each other about your relationship. This can help prevent small issues from becoming big problems and keeps the lines of communication open. Practice empathy. Try to understand things from your partner's perspective. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything, but showing empathy can build trust and respect. Avoid escalating conflict. If a conversation starts to get heated, take a break and agree to revisit the topic later. This prevents saying things in the heat of the moment that you might regret later. Celebrate successes. Don't just talk about problems. Make sure to celebrate your successes and positive aspects of your relationship. This reinforces a positive environment and reminds you both of what's going well. Examples of constructive communication. Imagine you're feeling neglected because your partner has been working late a lot. Instead of saying, "We need to talk," you could approach it like this. Positive start. "I really appreciate how hard you're working on your project." Express feelings. "I've been feeling a bit lonely because we haven't had much time together lately." Propose a solution. Can we plan a date night this weekend to spend some quality time together? Another example could be addressing household responsibilities. Positive start. I know you've been really busy with work, and I appreciate all you do. Express feelings. I'm feeling overwhelmed with the household chores and could use some help. Propose a solution. Can we make a plan to share the chores more evenly? By approaching conversations with clarity, empathy, and a constructive attitude, you can create a more open and supportive communication dynamic. This not only helps address issues effectively, but also strengthens the emotional bond between you and your partner. Why men do what they do. Understanding the motivations behind men's actions can help you navigate your relationship with greater clarity and confidence. Men often operate based on a set of principles and behaviors that are deeply ingrained, and recognizing these can shed light on why they act the way they do. The importance of respect. Respect is a cornerstone of a man's world. Men crave respect from their partners, peers, and society at large. This need for respect drives many of their actions and decisions. When a man feels respected, he feels valued and validated. Conversely, when he feels disrespected, it can lead to frustration and conflict. Respect in a relationship means acknowledging his efforts, valuing his opinions, and appreciating his contributions. Small gestures, like thanking him for helping with a task or listening attentively when he speaks, can go a long way in making him feel respected. The drive to provide and protect from an early age. Many men are conditioned to be providers and protectors. This drive is deeply rooted in their sense of identity and self-worth. Men often measure their success by their ability to provide for their loved ones and protect them from harm. This drive can manifest in various ways, such as working hard to ensure financial stability, taking care of household repairs, or being protective in social situations. Understanding this can help you appreciate the ways he expresses his love and commitment, even if they differ from your own expressions of care. The desire for achievement. Men are naturally competitive and driven by a desire for achievement. This can be seen in their careers, hobbies, and even personal goals. Achieving success in these areas provides a sense of accomplishment and boosts their self-esteem. Supporting your partner's ambitions and celebrating his successes, no matter how small, can strengthen your relationship. Show interest in his goals, offer encouragement, and acknowledge his hard work. This support reinforces your partnership and helps him feel valued. The need for physical intimacy. Physical intimacy is a significant aspect of a man's emotional and physical well-being. It's a primary way men express and receive love. Regular physical touch, including hugging, kissing, and sexual intimacy, helps maintain the emotional connection and reinforces the bond between partners. Understanding the importance of physical intimacy for men can help you address this need in your relationship. Open communication about each other's needs and boundaries is essential for maintaining a healthy and fulfilling intimate life. Men are problem solvers. When faced with challenges, men often take a problem-solving approach. This can sometimes come across as dismissive if you're looking for empathy rather than solutions. However, this tendency to solve problems is rooted in their desire to help and protect. If you need emotional support rather than solutions, communicate this clearly. For example, saying, "I just need you to listen," can guide him on how to provide the support you're looking for. This helps in balancing the problem-solving instinct with emotional responsiveness. Independence and space. Men value their independence and need space to pursue their interests and recharge. This isn't a reflection of their feelings toward you, but a natural aspect of their personality. Encouraging his hobbies and giving him space can strengthen your relationship by fostering mutual respect and understanding. Balancing togetherness and independence is crucial. Find activities you enjoy doing together while also respecting each other's need for personal time. This balance helps in maintaining a healthy and fulfilling relationship. Recognizing and appreciating differences. Every individual is unique, and this uniqueness extends to men and their behaviors. Recognizing and appreciating these differences without judgment fosters a more supportive and understanding relationship. It's about finding common ground and respecting each other's perspectives. By understanding the motivations behind men's actions, You can navigate your relationship with greater insight and compassion. This understanding helps in building a stronger, more respectful, and loving partnership where both partners feel valued and appreciated. First things first, he wants to sleep with you. Men are often driven by physical attraction from the get-go. When a man meets you, one of his first thoughts is likely about the possibility of a physical relationship. This doesn't mean that's all he cares about, but it's a significant part of his initial interest. Understanding this can help you navigate the early stages of dating more effectively and set the stage for a meaningful relationship. Men are straightforward about their desires, and physical intimacy is high on the list. It's a natural part of how they're wired. However, this doesn't mean men can't or won't wait if they see you as someone special. It's all about how you handle the situation and communicate your boundaries. Setting clear boundaries. Let's talk about boundaries. It's crucial to set them early and be clear about what you're comfortable with. Men respect women who know what they want and aren't afraid to voice it. If you're not ready to take things to a physical level, it's perfectly okay to say so. A man who truly values you will respect your decision and continue to pursue a genuine connection. Imagine you're on a date and things are getting a bit heated. Instead of letting the situation spiral out of control, you can say something like, "I really enjoy spending time with you, but I'd like to take things slow." This shows that you're interested but also serious about your boundaries. A respectful man will appreciate your honesty and patience, building a genuine connection. Physical attraction is just one aspect of a relationship. To build something lasting, focus on creating a deeper connection. Spend time doing activities that allow you to get to know each other's personalities, values, and goals. Go for walks, have meaningful conversations, and share experiences that help you bond on an emotional and intellectual level. Think about it this way. The more you connect beyond the physical, the stronger your foundation will be. This makes the eventual physical intimacy more meaningful and fulfilling for both of you. Confidence in your decisions. It's essential to be confident in your decisions and not feel pressured to move faster than you're comfortable with. Confidence is attractive and shows that you respect yourself and your values. Men appreciate women who are self-assured and clear about their boundaries. For instance, if you're not ready for physical intimacy, stand firm in your decision. You might say, "I really like where this is going, but I'm not ready to take that step yet." A man who values you will understand and respect your choice. Observing his behavior. It's also important to observe a man's behavior once you've established your boundaries. If he continues to invest time and effort into getting to know you and building a connection, it's a good sign that he's interested in more than just a physical relationship. On the other hand, if his interest fades when you set boundaries, it might indicate that he wasn't looking for something serious. Digital boundaries. Modern dating has also introduced the concept of digital boundaries. With the prevalence of online dating and social media, it's important to set boundaries regarding digital interactions. For example, decide how comfortable you are with sharing personal information online, or how soon you want to move from messaging to meeting in person. Dating apps and social media can create pressure to move quickly in a relationship, but it's essential to stay true to your pace. Take time to transition from online interactions to in-person meetings, and ensure that the person you're talking to online aligns with your values and intentions in real life. While physical attraction is a significant motivator for men, it's just one aspect of a relationship. By setting clear boundaries, focusing on building a genuine connection, and being confident in your decisions, you can navigate this aspect of dating effectively. Understanding a man's perspective on physical intimacy allows you to approach relationships with clarity and confidence. Sports fish versus keepers. How men distinguish between the marrying types and the playthings. Men categorize women into two groups, sports fish and keepers. Sports fish are those who men see as fun and casual, great for dating, but not for serious, long-term commitment. Keepers, on the other hand, are women men consider potential partners for a committed relationship or marriage. This categorization starts early in the relationship, often based on how a woman presents herself and the boundaries she sets. Understanding what differentiates a sports fish from a keeper can help you navigate relationships with intention and clarity. Keepers command respect. Keepers are women who command respect. They know what they want, set clear boundaries, and don't compromise their values for the sake of a relationship. They are confident, self-assured, and maintain high standards. Men see them as worthy of commitment because they offer more than just physical attraction. They bring stability, intelligence, and a sense of partnership. Sports fish are temporary fun. Sports fish, in contrast, are often seen as temporary fun. They may not set clear boundaries or might be overly accommodating in an effort to please. While they might attract attention quickly, they often don't inspire the same level of respect or long-term interest. How to be seen as a keeper. To be seen as a keeper, consider these tips. 1. Set and maintain boundaries. Be clear about your values and what you're looking for in a relationship. Don't be afraid to say no to things that don't align with your goals. 2. Value yourself. Recognize your worth and don't settle for less than you deserve. Confidence and self-respect are incredibly attractive and signal to men that you are serious about finding a meaningful relationship. 3. Communicate clearly. Let your intentions be known early on. If you're looking for a serious relationship, make that clear. This helps filter out men who aren't on the same page. 4. Be independent. Maintain your own interests, hobbies, and friendships. Independence shows that you have a full life outside of the relationship, which can be very attractive to men looking for a partner, not just a companion. 5. Show respect and expect it in return. Mutual respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Show respect for your partner and expect the same in return. If a man doesn't respect you, he's not worth your time. Understanding how men distinguish between sports fish and keepers can help you navigate relationships with more confidence and purpose. By setting clear boundaries, valuing yourself, and maintaining high standards, you can position yourself as a keeper and attract men who are serious about commitment. Mama's boys. Mama's boys are men who have a very close relationship with their mothers, often to the point where it impacts their romantic relationships. This dynamic can be challenging to navigate, but understanding it can help you manage the situation effectively. A man's relationship with his mother can significantly influence how he interacts with his partner. If he relies heavily on his mother for emotional support and decision-making, it can create tension and competition in the relationship. However, a close relationship with his mother isn't inherently negative. It's the extent and nature of the dependence that matters. Understanding the relationship. Take time to understand the nature of his relationship with his mother. Is it supportive and healthy, or does it border on dependence? Understanding this can help you determine how to approach the situation. Communicate your concerns. If his relationship with his mother is impacting your relationship, communicate your concerns calmly and respectfully. Use I statements to express how you feel without sounding accusatory. For example, I feel left out when your mother makes all our decisions. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries regarding his mother's involvement in your relationship. For example, agree on how much influence she has over your decisions as a couple. This helps in ensuring that your relationship maintains its independence while still respecting his bond with his mother. Be supportive. Encourage him to maintain a healthy relationship with his mother while also prioritizing your relationship. Support his efforts to balance both relationships. Show that you respect his mother and appreciate her role in his life, but also make it clear that your relationship is a priority. Seek balance. Work together to find a balance that respects his relationship with his mother while ensuring your relationship remains a priority. This balance is crucial for maintaining harmony and avoiding conflicts related to family dynamics. Navigating a relationship with a mama's boy can be challenging, but with understanding, communication, and clear boundaries, it's possible to create a healthy dynamic that respects all parties involved. Why men cheat infidelity is a painful and complex issue in relationships. Understanding why men cheat can help you address underlying problems and take steps to protect and strengthen your relationship. Men cheat for various reasons, including dissatisfaction in the relationship, a desire for variety, or a lack of emotional connection. Sometimes cheating is driven by opportunity and a lack of impulse control. It's important to recognize that infidelity is a choice, not an inevitable outcome of any specific factor. One reason men cheat is because they feel unappreciated or undervalued in their relationship. When a man doesn't feel respected or admired by his partner, he may seek validation elsewhere. This doesn't justify the behavior, but understanding it can help you address the underlying issue. Another factor is the desire for novelty and excitement. Long-term relationships can sometimes become routine, and some men might seek out new experiences to recapture the thrill of initial attraction. Again, this isn't an excuse, but it highlights the importance of keeping the relationship dynamic and engaging. Emotional disconnection is another significant factor. When men don't feel emotionally connected to their partners, they may look for that connection outside the relationship. This can happen if communication breaks down or if partners grow distant over time. To reduce the risk of infidelity and build a stronger relationship, consider these tips. Maintain open communication. Regularly discuss your feelings, needs, and concerns. Open communication helps prevent misunderstandings and fosters a deeper emotional connection. Ensure that both partners feel emotionally connected and valued. Spend quality time together, express appreciation, and show affection. Don't let problems fester. Address issues as they arise, and work together to find solutions. This prevents small problems from becoming major sources of dissatisfaction. Maintain a sense of novelty and excitement in your relationship. Try new activities together, surprise each other, and keep the romance alive. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. Be honest, reliable, and supportive. Trust builds over time through consistent actions and open communication. Understanding why men cheat and taking proactive steps to address underlying issues can help protect your relationship and build a stronger, more fulfilling connection. The 9-to-5 man. The 9-to-5 man is someone who works a regular job and values stability and routine. Understanding the dynamics of being with a man who has a structured work schedule can help you navigate the relationship effectively. Men with regular jobs often have predictable routines and may value their downtime after a long day at work. They seek partners who understand and appreciate their work commitments and who can provide support and relaxation at home. Understand his schedule. Respect his work routine and find ways to spend quality time together that fit within his schedule. Plan activities and date nights that accommodate his work hours. For instance, if he finishes work at 6 p.m., plan a relaxing evening together that starts shortly after he gets home. Provide emotional support. Acknowledge the stresses and demands of his job. Offer a listening ear and provide emotional support when he needs it. Sometimes, just being there to listen to his frustrations or celebrate his successes can make a significant difference in his emotional well-being. Create a relaxing home environment. Make your home a place of comfort and relaxation. This helps him unwind and recharge after a long day at work. Simple gestures like preparing his favorite meal, keeping the home tidy, or setting up a cozy movie night can show him that you care about his comfort and well-being. Balance. Work and personal life. Encourage a healthy balance between his work and personal life. Support his hobbies and interests outside of work, and find activities that you both enjoy to share your downtime. This balance ensures that the relationship remains fulfilling and doesn't become overshadowed by work commitments. Appreciate his efforts. Show appreciation for his hard work and dedication. Let him know that you value his contributions to the relationship and his efforts to provide stability and security. Acknowledging his hard work can boost his morale and reinforce his commitment to the relationship. Building a successful relationship with a 9-to-5 man involves understanding and respecting his work routine, providing emotional support, and creating a relaxing home environment. By balancing work and personal life and showing appreciation for his efforts, you can foster a loving and supportive partnership that thrives on mutual respect and understanding. Men respect standards. Get some men respect women who have high standards and stick to them. Having standards shows that you value yourself and that you know what you want and deserve in a relationship. This kind of confidence is highly attractive to men and sets the tone for a healthy and respectful partnership. Set clear boundaries. From the beginning of a relationship, it's crucial to set clear boundaries about what you will and will not tolerate. This includes everything from how you expect to be treated, to your comfort levels with physical intimacy, to how you handle conflicts. When you establish and maintain these boundaries, it communicates to a man that you have self-respect and that he must respect you as well. Communicate your standards. Don't be afraid to communicate your standards directly. Let your partner know what you expect in terms of behavior, treatment, and the dynamics of your relationship. For example, if you value punctuality and reliability, make it clear that you expect him to keep his promises and show up on time. Clear communication prevents misunderstandings and ensures that both partners are on the same page. Stand firm. Once you've established your standards, it's important to stand firm. Consistency is key. If you set a boundary, but then allow it to be crossed without consequence, it undermines your standards and sends mixed messages. Stick to your principles, even if it's challenging. This consistency builds respect and trust in the relationship. Respect yourself first. Respecting yourself is fundamental to earning respect from others. This means taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Prioritize your needs and don't sacrifice your happiness for the sake of the relationship. When you respect yourself, it sets the tone for how others should treat you. Be confident in your worth. Confidence is incredibly attractive. Believe in your worth and don't settle for less than you deserve. Men are drawn to women who are self-assured and know their value. This doesn't mean being arrogant, but rather being secure in who you are and what you bring to the relationship. Recognize red flags. Part of maintaining high standards is recognizing red flags and addressing them early. If a man consistently disrespects your boundaries or fails to meet your standards, it's a sign that he may not be the right partner for you. Don't be afraid to walk away from a relationship that doesn't align with your values and standards. By setting clear boundaries, communicating your standards, standing firm, respecting yourself, and being confident in your worth, you create a dynamic where respect is a foundational element of the relationship. Men respect and are attracted to women who hold themselves to high standards and expect the same from their partners. The 5 questions every woman should ask before she gets in too deep. Understanding a man's intentions early in the relationship can save you from heartache and wasted time. Here are 5 essential questions to ask to gauge whether he's serious about a future with you or if he's just stringing you along. Question 1. What are your short-term goals? Knowing a man's short-term goals gives insight into his current priorities and plans for the near future. These goals reflect his immediate focus and can reveal whether he's serious about his career, personal growth, or other important aspects of life. This information helps you understand if your paths are aligned. For example, if he says, "I'm working hard to get a promotion at my job," it shows he's ambitious and has a clear direction. If his goals are vague or non-existent, it might be a red flag, indicating a lack of motivation or planning. Question 2. What are your long-term goals? Long-term goals show his vision for the future and whether he's planning for a stable, fulfilling life. These goals might include career aspirations, financial stability, or personal dreams like traveling or starting a family. If he responds with, "In the next 10 years, I see myself running my own business and starting a family," it suggests he's thinking ahead and has concrete plans. Conversely, if he can't articulate any long-term goals, it might mean he's not thinking seriously about the future, including a future with you. Question 3. What are your views on relationships? This question explores his beliefs and attitudes towards relationships. Understanding his perspective on commitment, family, and partnership can help you determine if his values align with yours. For instance, if he talks about valuing trust, communication, and teamwork in a relationship, it indicates he's serious about building a strong, lasting partnership. If he avoids discussing his views or seems indifferent, it could be a sign that he's not ready for a serious commitment. Question 4. What do you think about me? After a few dates, it's important to understand what he thinks about you beyond the initial attraction. His response should be specific and demonstrate that he's paying attention to who you are as a person. If he says, I think you're incredibly kind and intelligent. I remember you helped your friend with that project, and it showed me how supportive and dedicated you are. It means he's noticing your qualities and considering you seriously. If his answer is generic or shallow, he might not be genuinely interested in getting to know you. Question 5. How do you feel about me? This question delves into his emotional connection with you. Understanding how he feels about you helps gauge the depth of his interest and whether he's thinking about a future together. A meaningful response might be, I feel really happy when I'm with you. I miss you when we're not together, and I think about you often. You make me want to be a better person. This shows he has strong feelings and sees potential in the relationship. If he struggles to express his feelings or avoids the question, it might indicate he's not emotionally invested. Applying these questions. It's crucial to ask these questions early in the relationship to understand his intentions and determine if you're on the same page. Don't be afraid to ask them. Your time and emotional investment are valuable, and it's important to ensure that the person you're with respects and aligns with your goals and values. Remember, a man who is genuinely interested in you and sees a future together will be willing to answer these questions openly and honestly. If he hesitates or reacts negatively, it might be a sign to reassess the relationship and consider moving on. Your happiness and peace of mind are paramount, and being with someone who shares your vision for the future is essential for a fulfilling relationship. The 90-day rule. The 90-day rule is a concept Steve Harvey introduces to help women evaluate a man's intentions and commitment before getting too deeply involved. The idea is to wait 90 days before becoming physically intimate with a new partner. This period allows you to get to know the person better, establish a deeper connection, and determine if his intentions are genuine. Waiting 90 days serves as a probationary period, similar to the probation period used by many employers to evaluate new hires. During this time, you can assess his character, consistency, and willingness to invest in the relationship without the influence of physical intimacy clouding your judgment. By setting this standard, you give yourself time to observe his behavior and ensure he respects your boundaries. A man who is genuinely interested in you and sees a potential future together will be willing to wait and invest in getting to know you better. On the other hand, if his primary interest is physical, he may lose interest and move on, saving you from potential heartache. The 90-day rule helps you build a solid foundation for the relationship based on mutual respect, trust, and emotional connection. It encourages open communication and allows you to discuss your values, goals, and expectations early on. This clarity can prevent misunderstandings and help you determine if you are both on the same page. It's important to communicate this rule clearly and confidently to your partner. Let him know that you value yourself and your future, and that this period is crucial for establishing a meaningful relationship. A man who respects you will understand and appreciate your decision. The 90-day rule is not just about waiting, it's about using this time wisely. Focus on building a strong emotional connection, getting to know each other's personalities, and discussing important topics that matter to both of you. This approach sets the stage for a healthier, more fulfilling relationship in the long run. By adhering to the 90-day rule, you demonstrate self-respect and ensure that your partner values you for more than just physical attraction. This period allows you to build a relationship on a solid foundation of mutual respect and understanding, increasing the chances of long-term success. If he's meeting the kids after you decide he's the one, it's too late. Introducing a new partner to your children is a significant step that requires careful consideration and timing. Steve Harvey emphasizes that this introduction should happen only after you've determined that your partner is the one and are confident in the long-term potential of your relationship. Introducing your kids too soon can lead to confusion and emotional turmoil if the relationship doesn't work out. Your children are a crucial part of your life, and their well-being should always be a top priority. It's important to protect them from potential instability or emotional stress that can come from meeting multiple partners over time. By waiting until you're sure about the seriousness and stability of your relationship, you create a safer and more secure environment for them. During the early stages of your relationship, focus on getting to know your partner and building a strong foundation. Observe his behavior, how he treats you, and whether he respects your boundaries and values. Use this time to discuss your future plans and see if your long-term goals align. Once you're confident that your partner is committed and genuinely interested in a long-term relationship, you can start thinking about the best way to introduce him to your children. Plan the introduction carefully and consider your children's feelings and readiness. It's essential to have open and honest conversations with your kids about the new person in your life and what they can expect. When the time comes for the introduction, keep it simple and low pressure. Arrange a casual meeting in a comfortable setting where your children feel safe and relaxed. Allow them to interact naturally and give them time to adjust to the new dynamic. It's important to observe how your partner interacts with your children and whether they feel comfortable and respected around him. Remember, this introduction is just the beginning. Building a positive relationship between your partner and your children takes time and patience. Continue to communicate openly with your kids and address any concerns or questions they might have. It's crucial to maintain their sense of security and ensure that they feel included and valued in this new phase of your life. By waiting until you're certain about your partner's place in your life before introducing him to your children, you protect their emotional well-being and create a more stable and secure environment for everyone involved. This thoughtful approach helps foster healthy relationships and increases the chances of long-term success. Strong, independent, and lonely women. Being a strong, independent woman is something to be proud of. You've worked hard to build your career, maintain your personal life, and achieve your goals. However, sometimes this independence can inadvertently create barriers in your romantic life. Men might feel intimidated or assume that you don't need them, which can lead to feelings of loneliness despite your successes. Embracing vulnerability. It's essential to strike a balance between your independence and vulnerability. Embracing vulnerability doesn't mean compromising your strength. It means allowing someone to see and support the real you. Men often want to feel needed and appreciated, so showing that you value their support and presence can help bridge the gap. For instance, if you've always handled everything on your own, try asking for help or sharing your concerns with your partner. This openness fosters deeper connections and allows your partner to feel more involved and valued in your life. Communicating your needs. Clear communication is crucial. Let your partner know that, despite your independence, you still need and appreciate his support. This can be as simple as expressing gratitude for his help or sharing your feelings about a challenging day. By communicating your needs, you create an environment where your partner feels needed and appreciated. Finding a balance. Balancing independence and partnership involves recognizing when to lean on your partner and when to stand on your own. It's about finding harmony between maintaining your autonomy and allowing your partner to be a significant part of your life. This balance ensures that both partners feel valued and respected. For example, if you're used to making all the decisions, try involving your partner in the process. This not only shows that you value his input, but also strengthens your partnership. Shared decision-making fosters a sense of teamwork and mutual respect. Being open to love. Sometimes, strong, independent women inadvertently build walls to protect themselves. These walls can prevent genuine connections and make it difficult for men to get close. Being open to love means being willing to let those walls down and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. This doesn't mean letting go of your independence, but rather being open to the idea that you can be both strong and deeply connected in a relationship. It's about finding someone who respects your independence while also being there to support and love you. Redefining strength. Strength isn't just about doing everything on your own. It's also about knowing when to ask for help and when to lean on someone else. Redefining strength in this way allows you to maintain your independence while also building a fulfilling and supportive relationship. Remember, being independent doesn't mean you have to be alone. By embracing vulnerability, communicating your needs, finding balance, being open to love, and redefining strength, you can build a relationship that complements your independence and enhances your life. This approach helps create a partnership where both you and your partner feel valued, respected, and connected. How to get the ring? Your man knows what you want, the ultimate commitment, the ring. He knows, too, what he needs, you. It seems obvious, then, that he would get himself to the jeweler, pick out a nice, hefty diamond, and then plot out an on-bended-knee proposal that would make the "Will you marry me?" pitch that Grammy Award-winning singer Seal made to supermodel Heidi Klum. He proposed in an igloo he had built on top of a glacier 14,000 feet above sea level. Looked like an invitation to the prom. But your proposal never comes. And the way your man is acting, it's not coming anytime soon. And so, you wait, and wait, and wait some more. This is the story of all too many women, girlfriends who are putting in some serious work, not only because they love their men, but because they want to prove they're the one. Everybody is clear about how you prove to him you're the one. Do all the things for him a wife would do. Support him emotionally. Be loyal. Work it out in the bedroom. Tell him you love him often and show it too. Maybe live with him. Have his babies. Get close, really close to his mom and sisters and friends. Basically, you give him everything he needs and all of what he wants. Check out this strawberry letter from a listener who called herself Biological Clock Ticker. A 31-year-old single, childless woman in a relationship she said feels like a 3-year-long booty call. He tells me he loves me and wants me to have his children. My biological clock is ticking like crazy, and we have been trying for the past year to get pregnant, to no avail. I believe that this is a sign. The problem is that he says he does not want to be in a committed relationship or marriage because he doesn't want to answer to anyone. As long as I have known him, I have shown him that I am not at all like the other women that he has dated. I was there for him when he injured himself, quit his job, when his father died, and when he was unemployed for months. I have been encouraging him, and am there for him financially and physically. I've been waiting and hanging in there, hoping he'll marry me because I don't think that I will get anyone else that would want to have a child with me. Am I being a fool for waiting for him? Should I just let it go? She and all too many women in similar predicaments can't understand why, after all of this hard work, he won't give her the one thing she needs and wants. Well, let me break it down for her and you. Your man hasn't asked you to marry him because of one or more of the following reasons. 1. He is still married to someone else. 2. You're really not the one he wants. Or the real answer you don't want to hear. 3. You haven't required him to marry you or set a date. Now, women have been taught all their lives that if a man loves you, he will court you and ask for your hand in marriage. The problem with this is that you've been trained to use 20th century logic in 21st century situations. There's no slim pickings of women out here. Women are at every turn, working with men, living in apartment buildings with them, riding the bus and trains with them, hanging out at the clubs with them. Technology's such that you can contact a woman without ever even seeing her. It's not 1945 anymore. You can't hang on to those old ways. This, if he wants to marry me, he'll ask me thing has got to stop. Because we're not going to ask you when you're ready. We're going to play with you until you give us your requirements and standards and stand by them. I'm not telling you to get on bended knee. I'm telling you to set a timeline for the ring and the date and tell the man you want to be married to what it is. I recognize that this is hard, but let me tell you what's really hard. Dating/living with having a baby with a man who has no intention of marrying you and 8 years up the road. He walks out and you're left to find a new man, pay all the bills after years of splitting them with someone else, raising those kids on your own. Oh, it can be done, but recognize just how hard that will be. All I'm suggesting is that you get the little uncomfortable moments out of the way early. Let him know now what you want and expect. Make clear to him what you're worth and that you come at a cost. Tell him how much you're worth, like you're about to list yourself on eBay for $1 million. Break down your value. Say, I respect you, I adore you, I'm affectionate, I pay attention to you, I'm punctual, I'm kind, I'm loyal. I'll have your children and love them madly, and all of this is available for a handsome sum. I need your time, loyalty, support, affection, attention, punctuality, kindness, gentleman ways. I need the doors opened, chairs pulled out, your respect, and above all else, your love. I also expect a diamond ring and a walk down the aisle. Now, when a man hears this, he's going to pay attention, because you've placed a high value on yourself. He'll see that and question the situation. Is she worth all of that? If your cost is too high, he will move on. But you don't want that guy anyway, right? He's just looking to rent you. People who rent don't care anything about the property they're with. They let it get run down, beat up, don't care what it looks like. They use the space, and when they find something better, they decline the new lease and they move on out and on to the next rental. You want the guy who is ready to make the Broadway purchase, the one who's looking to move in, stay a while, take care of the lawn, make sure the plumbing is right, paint the walls, add furniture, pay the mortgage faithfully. Make your house a home. That guy right there? He's the one who will take responsibility and pop the question, like you need him to. After all, boys shack. Men build homes. Men are also clear that they can slowly give out the things that make it seem like they're making the march to the altar, just to keep you hanging in there. Trust me when I say this, men do everything with a purpose, and in the case where a man dates you for an extended length of time, or moves in with you, or gives you a ring, but still refuses to be pinned down on setting a wedding date, he's doing it to lock you down. He wants you, and he doesn't want anyone else to have you. And I'm here to tell you, the only reason a man gets away with a lengthy engagement or holds off the proposal altogether is because his woman hasn't required him to set the date. She is stupidly sitting there, allowing her boyfriend to dictate to her when he's ready, though she slept with this man, cut off any other prospective husbands, and in some cases moved in with him and even had his children. I simply can't be diplomatic here. It's just plain dumb. Get into your man's mindset here. If a man is willing to be your boyfriend at length, live with you, be an involved father, or give you a ring, he has already taken himself off the players' list. Technically, he's scratched his name off the sport fishing registry. He can't bring babes to the house. He can't talk on the phone or take any phone calls from babes at the house. He can't leave to go see a babe when he wants to, or stay with her all night. He knows he can't give his money to any other woman because he's pooling it with you. Why does a man in a committed relationship with you accept the above list of he can'ts? Because he wants you, and he doesn't want to lose you. So now, there's only one more step to get the marriage equation, the setting of the wedding date. You know you want it, so here's what you do. Get some requirements and standards and enforce them. Tell him, I love you, you love me, we're in a terrific relationship, one that I've always dreamed about, and what I want now is to be married to you, so I need you to set a date and get back to me in a couple of weeks. If I don't get asked by then please know I'm not sitting around waiting for you to dictate when my happiness button gets pushed. The arrangements we have now are not making me happy. What? This is a perfectly reasonable request. Otherwise, how long are you going to stay in the arrangement where you're not getting what you want? 4 years? 10 years? Forever? The timeline is yours. Stop giving up your power. The moment we see you're willing to put aside your hopes of walking down the aisle, we're going to shelve it too. And we're going to go on ahead and keep on renting you out with the option to buy if you let us. Don't be the Baltic Avenue on the Monopoly board game, the one that anyone can just roll the dice, land on, and pay a couple of dollars to chill on, without any obligations or worries. You've got to go to Broadway on the game board, make your man round the corner and land on that high-end property. Recognize that you're prime real estate that's for purchase only. This is not about asking your man to marry you. It's about taking yourself out of that 1945 mentality, where you stand around waiting for some guy to beg you for your hand in marriage. You've had it drummed into your head so cold that I'll never ask a man to marry me thing that you've lost all sensibility when it comes to getting what you want. But it's not 1945 anymore. Back in the day, when my parents and their generation were courting and getting married, women could afford to wait around for the man to get it together, because really, the options for men were limited. If a guy lived in a farmhouse, the next farmhouse was 2 miles away, and that one might not have a girl in it, just 2 more boys, so he'd have to walk another 2 miles to actually see a potential mate, much less find the one. And when they courted, they courted. He had to walk over there, write little messages on rocks on the way over, so everybody knew his intentions, leave a note by the tree, and send up smoke signals so the girl knew what was up. Oh, the courtship was far more romantic, because the men knew they had to behave properly. Not just for their intendeds, but their intendeds' daddies. The boys had to go over to the house, ask permission to sit in the room together, and the adults were present because there weren't any extra rooms for them to sit in alone. And that courting culminated in the men pulling the fathers aside and with their shoulders squared and chins up, asking the fathers for their daughter's hands in marriage. And whatever the father said is what went. Now, women have been taught all their lives that if a man loves you, he will court you and ask for your hand in marriage. The problem with this is that you've been trained to use 20th century logic in 21st century situations. There's no slim pickings of women out here. Women are at every turn, working with men, living in apartment buildings with them, riding the bus and trains with them, hanging out at the clubs with them. Technology's such that you can contact a woman without ever even seeing her. It's not 1945 anymore. You can't hang on to those old ways. This, if he wants to marry me, he'll ask me, has got to stop. Because we're not going to ask you when you're ready. We're going to play with you until you give us your requirements and standards and stand by them. I'm not telling you to get on bended knee. I'm telling you to set a timeline for the ring and the date and tell the man you want to be married to what it is. Call this what you want. Foul, wrong, inexcusable, whatever. But that's how it is. And this kind of thinking from guys isn't just happening in celebrity circles. Trust me. It happens with everyday guys, doctors and lawyers, truckers and deliverymen too. Some of them have as many women as some of my celebrity friends, and the women they run game on are just as fine as some of the supermodels clinging to the arms of stars. But if you're a woman on a string of 3 or 33, you're still on a string. And both you and I know that's not a good place to be. Your objective is to avoid being on the string. The first step, I think, is to get over the fear of losing a man by confronting him. Just stop being afraid already. The most successful people in this world recognize that taking chances to get what they want is much more productive than sitting around being too scared to take a shot. The same philosophy can easily be applied to dating. If putting your requirements on the table means you risk him walking away, it's a risk you have to take. Because that fear can trip you up every time. All too many of you let the guy get away with disrespecting you, putting in minimal effort and holding out on the commitment to you, because you're afraid he's going to walk away and you'll be alone again. And we men, we recognize this and play on it, big time. Know this, the game is old, and it's not ever going to change. My sons will do it the same way because they can, and there will be women who allow it to happen. But you can certainly know the rules up front, and change up your strategy so you don't get played. How do you do this? Start by making the man be really clear up front about what he wants out of his life and his relationship with you. You do this by asking him these key 5 questions. Questions that will help you determine right away what values this guy has and how you fit into his plans. I devised these questions after years of watching men play women and women falling for it, and constantly asking myself, and even some of my friends who are masters at the game, if I were a woman, how could I avoid all of this? They're great questions too. The answers will tell you everything you need to know about this guy in your life, or the guy you hope to have in your life. Asking these questions will help you determine whether you should stick around to see where your relationship goes, or if you should run really fast in the opposite direction. Note, there's no need to delay asking these questions. Ask them right away, as soon as you think you might be remotely attracted to a man you've met. If he's turned off by the questions, so what? You have the right to the information. And if he isn't willing to answer them, well, you know from the gate he's not the one for you. So let's just get started with the questions. Remember, no, fear. Quick answers to the questions you've always wanted to ask. If I've told you once, I've told you a million times. Men are really simple creatures. There are some subjects we're just not going to spend a whole lot of time thinking about. We're just going to answer your questions, straight, no chaser. So I asked a bunch of my female co-workers and associates to fire some questions at me. Things they've always wanted to know that their girlfriends just couldn't answer for them in a satisfying way. They asked. I answered. Here it goes. What do men find sexy? Men have different aesthetics, so what might be a turn-off for one man may be a total turn-on for another. Rest assured, though, that no matter the flaws you find when you look at yourself in the mirror, somewhere on God's earth, you are really doing it for someone. Someone out there is attracted to you exactly the way you are. A confident woman is incredibly attractive, no matter what mold she fits in. Men are also very visual people, so there is no question men will check out a woman's clothes, the way she walks, her makeup, her feet, her hands, her daintiness. Little escapes our notice. How do men feel about plastic surgery, weaves, colored contacts, fake nails, etc.? For the average man, whatever you're doing to make yourself look beautiful while you're hanging on his arm is cool by him. Boob jobs, tummy tucks, breast reductions, nose jobs. If it makes you feel beautiful, we're good. But if you're telling your man you want a nose job, and he sees nothing wrong with the nose you already have, then maybe you ought to think about leaving your nose alone. Why run the risk of something going wrong when your man is already happy with the way you look? Why lose the extra weight if your man is happy with you the way you are? Sure, it's fine for you to do it if it's something you want to do for yourself, but a man isn't going to care about it one way or the other if he's already happy with what you have. How do men feel about dating women who are significantly younger than them? A lot of men in their 40s and 50s start trying to validate themselves by going out with women who are significantly younger. It's the equivalent of those same-age men going out and buying itty-bitty sports cars with big engines that make a lot of noise. They do this because their engine doesn't make a lot of noise anymore. This is especially true if that man doesn't have his life together. This isn't a reflection on women at all. It's his problem. But guess what? There's a younger man looking at you right now, saying to himself, wow, I sure wouldn't mind validating myself with her. There's a lot of that going on too, you know. Like I said before, there's somebody for everybody. Do men prefer skinny or thick women? Men like all kinds of women. There's a man out there for every body type. There are men who like them big, there are men who like only small, petite women, and there are men who prefer women who fit between those sizes. It runs the gamut. It does not matter what size you are, there is a man somewhere for you. How do you tell if a guy is really into you? A man who is really into you will put in the time to be with you, and he will put forth an effort to make you feel special. He'll do the things that you like to do. He'll take you to places you've told him you'd like to go. He'll spend his money on you because he wants to show you he cares about your happiness. He will spend more and more time with you and try to show you that he's reliable and trustworthy. He'll call you more often, talk to you for longer periods of time, and try to stay connected to you even when he's busy. If he's into you, he'll show it with his actions. Why do men take so long to call back? Men are not big phone people. We don't want to talk to you about what we did last night, or what we had for lunch, or what that girl in the office said about your shoes. We want to have conversations with you that have a point to them. When men call, it's because they have something to say or a question to ask. If a man is taking a long time to call you back, it's probably because he's trying to come up with something worthwhile to talk about, or he's genuinely busy. If he's interested in you, he will call. If he's not, he won't. How do you know if a man is cheating? A man who is cheating will change his behavior. He'll start paying more attention to his appearance. He'll become more secretive. He'll be less available. And he'll start acting differently toward you. He might become more critical or start arguments over small things. He'll also be more protective of his phone and computer, and he may start coming home later than usual or making excuses for why he can't spend time with you. Trust your instincts. If you feel something is off, it probably is. What do men think about women who have kids? Men are generally okay with women who have kids, especially if they have children of their own. It's not a deal breaker for most men, but it does require some adjustment. A man who is serious about you will accept your children and make an effort to build a relationship with them. He'll understand that your kids come first, and he'll respect your role as a mother. However, if a man isn't ready for that level of commitment, he might be hesitant to get involved with a woman who has children. What do men think about women who are older than them? Many men are attracted to older women because they tend to be more mature, confident, and experienced. These qualities can be very appealing to men who are looking for stability and a partner who knows what she wants. However, societal norms and expectations can sometimes make it challenging for these relationships to be fully accepted. It's important to focus on the connection and compatibility you share rather than external judgments. What do men think about successful women? Men appreciate successful women, especially those who are confident and driven. However, some men might feel intimidated or insecure if they perceive their partner's success as overshadowing their own. A healthy relationship involves mutual support and admiration for each other's achievements. It's important to find a partner who celebrates your success and sees it as an asset to the relationship rather than a threat. These straightforward answers reflect the simplicity with which men approach certain topics. Understanding this can help you navigate conversations and relationships with a clearer perspective on what men might be thinking. What do men think about marriage? Most men think about marriage as a significant commitment and a big step in their lives. It's a decision they take seriously because it involves a lifetime promise. Men usually want to be sure they are ready both emotionally and financially before they propose. This means they may delay proposing until they feel fully prepared to take on the responsibilities that come with marriage. Why do men pull away after getting close? Men might pull away after getting close due to fear of vulnerability or a need for personal space. It's not uncommon for men to feel overwhelmed by their emotions and the intensity of a new relationship. This pulling away can also be a test to see if the relationship is strong enough to withstand a little distance. It's important to communicate openly and give him the space he needs while ensuring that the lines of communication remain open. Why are men intimidated by independent women? Men aren't necessarily intimidated by independent women. Rather, they might feel unsure about their role in the relationship. Independent women who have their own careers, finances, and social circles may seem like they don't need a partner. Men want to feel needed and appreciated, so it's important for independent women to express that they value their partner's presence and contributions to the relationship. How do men feel about women making the first move? Many men find it refreshing and attractive when a woman makes the first move. It shows confidence and interest, which can be very appealing. While some men might prefer to take the lead, others appreciate when a woman is straightforward about her intentions. It's all about personal preferences and the dynamics of the relationship. Do men care about a woman's career? Yes, men do care about a woman's career, especially if it's something she is passionate about. A successful career can be seen as a positive attribute, reflecting her drive, ambition, and dedication. However, what's most important is finding a balance between career and relationship, ensuring that both partners feel supported and valued in their professional and personal lives. What do men think about sharing household responsibilities? Most men today understand the importance of sharing household responsibilities and see it as part of a balanced partnership. Division of chores should be based on mutual agreement and what works best for the couple. Communication is key to ensuring that both partners feel their efforts are recognized and appreciated. How do men handle arguments and disagreements? Men often approach arguments and disagreements from a problem-solving perspective. They might focus on finding a solution rather than discussing feelings. It's important for couples to communicate effectively, ensuring that both perspectives are heard and respected. Sometimes, taking a break and returning to the conversation later can help in resolving conflicts more constructively. How do men show they care? Men show they care in various ways, often through actions rather than words. This can include providing support, spending quality time together, giving gifts, performing acts of service, and being physically affectionate. Understanding your partner's love language can help you recognize how he shows his care and affection. Why do men struggle with expressing emotions? Many men struggle with expressing emotions due to societal expectations and upbringing that discourage showing vulnerability. They may have been taught to be strong and stoic, which can make it difficult to open up emotionally. Encouraging a safe and supportive environment for emotional expression can help men feel more comfortable sharing their feelings. How do men view commitment? Men view commitment as a serious and long-term decision. They want to be sure they are with the right person before fully committing. This often involves assessing compatibility, shared values, and long-term goals. When a man is ready to commit, he will invest time, effort, and resources into building a strong and lasting relationship. Why do men compare themselves to other men? Men often compare themselves to other men as a way of measuring their success and self-worth. This can relate to career achievements, physical fitness, social status, or romantic relationships. While some level of comparison is natural, it's important for men to focus on their own strengths and progress rather than constantly measuring themselves against others. How important is physical appearance to men? Physical appearance is important to men, but it's not the only factor they consider. Men are also attracted to personality, confidence, intelligence, and shared interests. While initial attraction may be based on appearance, long-term relationships are built on deeper connections and compatibility. What do men think about public displays of affection? Men's views on public displays of affection, PDA, vary. Some men are comfortable with PDA and see it as a way to show their affection openly, while others may feel self-conscious or prefer to keep their affection private. It's important to discuss and respect each other's comfort levels regarding PDA. Why do men avoid talking about the future? Men might avoid talking about the future if they feel uncertain or pressured. They may need more time to feel confident about their plans and commitments. It's important to have open and honest conversations about future goals and timelines, ensuring that both partners are on the same page and comfortable with the pace of the relationship.